What is going on YouTube? It is Shin here, and by high request, I have survived 200 days in One Piece Minecraft, battling explosive chests, conquering huge temples, and also picking a fight with the Marines. This was an awesome adventure to unfold. The mod pack I used is down in the description below, and while you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. And as usual, grab your popcorn, grab your friends, and I really hope you enjoy this movie of One Piece Minecraft. Okay, and on day one, I wanted to get a refresher of everything. With the new quests, new skills, I needed to make sure that I knew what I was still doing, but I also got the Logia invulnerability, which makes me invulnerable to normal attacks. I wanted to also check to make sure that my treasure was still there, you know, make sure no one was stealing anything, and then I called it a day. Day two, I wanted something bigger. I really wanted something bigger, and I made a mess in my first 100 days. So what did I start to do? I started with my first murder of the day. Then I started to terraform. I needed to make the land flat before I could make it bigger. And then I decided to swim. That doesn't work for devil fruit users. It really doesn't. I got quite a scare off of that one. But fast forwarding, I was breaking some blocks, and then lo and behold, I got my second murder of the day. All right, and after I got that, I got my third murder of the day. I don't like where this is going. Fourth? Okay. I'm really just... All right. Anyways, more terraforming on day 3. We needed a lot of work to be done to this land. I needed to expand it even more. I needed to, well, deal with people who call me pirate scum. And we had a staring contest for a little bit, but just wait for it. Yeah. So far, this has really been about, like, me murdering. I'm really a nice guy. I really am. I just have wicked powers that I just wanted to show you guys. And I'm dancing about it. Anyways, back to the terraforming. But as I realized, I made a huge mistake. I basically destroyed everything that I had worked on. So, continuing the terraforming anyways, I went ahead and got my... What is... I'm like 10 kills in, dude. I am. But I found something out, though. The Logia invulnerability. Check this out. So this skeleton was coming over to me. Yeah, the arrows bounce off, dude. It's actually really freaking cool. Day 4, I continued to take down trees. I cleared some land. I ignored a pirate trader, and I decided to travel. But the place that I went to, it was surrounded by water. And what am I not a fan of? It's water. Day 5, I said no. I'm going back home. You know what's back home? Is a humongous pile of lava left in the middle of the place that I spent like the first 2 freaking days making pretty. But I decided to get some cobblestone to build a wall around it, make it at least look decent. This dude tried to try me through the lava. It ain't working out for you, Chief, dog. It ain't working out. More cobblestone grinding is what I mainly spent day 5 on, because I had a wall to build. I needed to build this wall, and I sound like someone. Continuing through the night on day 5, I harvested more cobblestone, built more of my wall, and on day 6, I'm not gonna lie, I literally continued building this wall, and then this guy shows up, wanted to bother me. I took care of him. I continued to build my wall, but it was actually really cool. It started to actually turn into more of a lava swimming pool than anything, honestly. And while building my wall and still terraforming, I had this guy drop in. I don't really know what he was thinking when he thought he was, but I just trapped him underneath of there, and I mean, he didn't really like it. Like, I don't think he liked it.
But that's a joke, boy!
Continuing on with our day, I decided to go exploring. I was getting a little bit bored of trumping it for a little bit, but exploring it, I found a coliseum with a village next to it, with some lovely cows and some lovely pigs and some lovely sheep that they may or may not have been in a lava incident. Later that night, I decided to go explore the Colosseum because remember last time that the Colosseums didn't have much in them, but as I approached this one, I saw something awesome. It was a cat. And I'm literally playing. It was villagers inside of the Colosseum, and I was cheering them on. And I went up there, I got my cobblestone popcorn, and I was expecting something to happen because there was multiple villagers in there, a marine trader, but yeah, I was the only one in the crowd, so it was pretty boring. Yeah, I tried to go down there and convince them to do something cool, but they weren't having it. They really weren't. So I blew this popsicle stand into day 8. Day 8, we continue to explore a little bit more. I left that village and I found like I guess a cave spider hut. I don't like cave spiders, so there's only one responsible thing to do when you find something like this in the wild. You set it on fire. Am I right? Traveling some more, I found a wolf, and I needed a friend. I needed a companion. I really do. So first bone, first try. This was great. The best friends forever. Yeah. I made that. And as I was traveling, I heard something. Why? Why is my dog on fire? Is it because of my fiery personality? Was that it? But it turns out it was someone shooting at us. It was this guy. What? So I healed him up, and we decided to continue on our way. And then again, he's on fire again. Why? I don't know what it was. And because of it, he burned. I went home. It was honestly kind of a sad day, and I just wanted to work on my wall. I had to deal with this guy. Just not the day, dude. Not the day. Although something did cheer me up a little bit. I got to watch skeletons battle it out. Enjoy. He won. He won. All right. Anyways, back on my wall. I still had another skeleton. I think it was the same guy, but you kind of goofed up. You messed up, Aaron, because this is what happens when you shoot at me. See? Have you ever seen a skeleton kill himself? Anyways, day 9. Day 9, we went back out to explore. I took a different waypoint to a temple that I was at, but I continued to just travel north. I basically picked a direction and I just traveled north. I also learned that my abilities, they can cook my food, which was actually really weird. But continuing on with my travels, I was battling bandits and all the above when day 10 rolled around and I learned of a new hockey ability, Geppo. I could now jump super high. It was honestly great for this exploration travel that I was planning on going on. It made traveling so much easier. I was able to cover so much more distance with it until I had to hit some water on day 11. So I left the Geppo behind and I hit the water. This was very, very, very sketchy to me because of the fighting fish. But I soon found a marine ship very, very close by. So you know what I had to do? Okay, now I freaked out. I had a heart attack first. But after the heart attack, I boarded that thing. I boarded it, and I was about to take control. I looted their chest, and while I was looting their chest, I had this guy sneak up on me, man. Like, what are you doing, Mr. Marine Captain? Like, dude, leave me alone. Leave me alone. No. But I also learned that you can actually, you know those cannons that are all on the ships? You can actually shoot them. I'm not a very good cannonball shooter. But anyways, I went to the top deck and I started to find more Marines up there that, you know, they needed a little bit of a... I defeated their captain. They needed a little bit more reprimanding. So, yeah, take that, Mr. Sniper. And then the ship caught on fire because of my fiery personality. But can someone explain this to me, please? Can someone sincerely explain this to me? Why on earth are there this many mobs on this ship? Dude, okay. I had to leave. The ship was burning down. I found safe haven in an island. And then day 12 came around and I went back out exploring. More hopping around using my Geppo, my Gepetto, and then more heart palpitations while I was surfing the water in an oak boat with a devil fruit power that doesn't allow you to swim. Yep. Okay. Continuing my travels, I found a temple on day 12. And you already know what I had to do. I had to get to work. And inside, I found my first little monster spawner. I got attacked by a creeper and a skeleton. Found my second monster spotter. And then I posed with my boy, Mr. Enderman. What's good? But over the course of the next couple of days, I went through conquering the floors. I was conquering the chests, conquering the monster spawners. I was making this temple my filler footage for the next couple of days because I needed filler footage for this one. I mean, making it to the top, it took me, I would say, 1 day out of these 3 days to actually finish looting the top because I had to deal with the monster spawners and then I had to go back home. I had to empty my pockets of all the loot. And, well, I mean, I met a friend while I was there. He caught fire as soon as I touched him, but, oh, okay. But he wouldn't die, like, for some reason. I think it might have been fire resistance or, like, strength or something like that, some type of spell. But either ways, I went on to looting all the chests, and holy, the chests in these temples are mint. I mean, they are mint. But as soon as I finished looting, I left my little spider friend, and then I went back home so that way I could empty all of the loot. Now, day 15 was a pretty interesting day. I dealt with this bandit first, and I dealt with this bandit second. But after that, I found like this weird blue bubble in the distance that I hadn't seen before. It was surrounded by Marines, and obviously I had to take care of those guys. But it turns out it was a Marine base. As soon as I get on the balcony, and you can read Marine right there. Anyways, I knocked on the door. I said hello. They weren't really too happy to see me. All right, so I had to deal with them all. And then I met with their captain. He wasn't the type to talk, but he was the type to take a hit. And I mean, I dealt with them fairly quickly, as you can see over the course of the 15 seconds that it took to 20 seconds to took to take care of him. Too many T's in that sentence. I didn't know if there was like a special trap door anywhere to release more people, so I tried all the pressure plates and the buttons and the stuff all in the room, and then I decided to go into the captain's quarters, because the captain's quarters is where the chest was. And it was also where I found a book. And in this book, it read, Marine Log number 304. So far, these groups of islands have not been contaminated, although at night there are strange things happening. It does not seem to be associated by what has happened to the other land. We hope to continue progress in monitoring the situation. As such, we will continue our duties until we need to evacuate and issue a buster call. Signed, Captain Truly. Day 16, I was still puzzled. What did it mean? What did the book mean? Are there other bases out there like this? And as I turned a mountain, there was a huge Marine headquarters right there. So I did what I always do. I'm a nosy guy. I went ahead and got close, but I was greeted by a not so happy Marine and another Marine who shot the Marine, and then the Marine shot the other Marine, and then, well, you know, I dealt with them. Also, there was a prison down below, and I made fun of the prisoners. I know it's not polite, but I guess the Marines didn't like me making fun of them, or they thought I was cool. They wanted to hang. I didn't want to hang. I wanted to see what was at the top of this place, okay? It was more Marines on the second level, which I guess was their food and like their cafeteria. The next level up, though, was where they slept at. I guess living quarters. You know, obviously, you gotta live somewhere. And then the next level up above that, it was their treasure room. It had an enchanting table, a couple of Marines guarding it, a chest or two in there. Okay, maybe a lot of chests or two in there that had like assorted weapons. It had berry or belly. It's called belly. It's not called berries. Also, it had these two tonfas. If you've ever seen the episode with Jin in One Piece, those are his weapons. It was so cool. But the next level up above that, I'm guessing it's considered a conference room. And this one also had a couple of chests in it. And the next level above that was a flower room? I don't know. The top level had it was where the captain sat. I actually got a wooden box, a couple of cookies, and a belly pouch out of that one. But more importantly, the wooden box. Very, very top of the roof were like the battleship guns. It also had like a little room with a couple of beds where I decided to call it a night. But day 17, I decided to jump off the side, but you know, hey, no harm. And just, I continued to explore. I needed to find more bases. That base didn't really hold any valuable information for me. So continuing my exploration, I picked a direction and I ran. And I kept running until I found a sky island. Now, there was a difference between the snipers. There was the marine bases and stuff that I was finding. So, hey, maybe the sky islands weren't like my life. A complete disappointment. Anyways, day 18, I decided to build up. I forgot to record when I was first building up. So that's the reason why there's already blocks there. But I made it to the top. And it turns out that it was this weird wizard guy. But I could actually talk to the guy. I could talk to him. And you know what he said to me? You're not strong enough yet. Yeah. I got my carrots out of my little plopper things, my little carrot hoppers, and then I decided to do parkour, okay? Parkour straight off of it, landed 10 out of 10 on the mountain, and continued about my way, all right? Day 18, I wanted to go home, but my waystones weren't working. I guess my game had crashed for some reason, but yeah, I kept on traveling through the night, and I found a village. And in this village, I don't know what was going on with the game. I really don't, but I was trying to find a bed to sleep in, and this happened. What is up with this game, dude? Or, ooh, does this have something to do with the book that I found in the Marine base? Very interesting. Very interesting. But day 19, I went back home and I just wanted to work a little bit on the castle base. I have horrible ADD, so I have to like do something for a couple of minutes and then I'll go off and do another thing for a couple of minutes. I was also thinking that maybe at nighttime I can work on the castle base, but that really didn't happen a lot. So this was probably one of the few nights where I was like, okay, I'll go home. But now I'm back out exploring again because I got bored of doing the castle base. Day 20, I continued my travels and I decided to go swimming completely on purpose. Completely on purpose. Luckily, I'm carrying doors because Minecraft logic says when you place a door in water, you don't drown. Ha! But on my travels, I did find a village, and I did not realize I had the bad omen thing on me, so it triggered a raid. And in this raid, you do what you gotta do, and you gotta beat the raid. And it took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but late into the night, we did it. Your boy did it, who's completely invincible against all attacks. You know what I mean? Like, nothing can hurt me. And the morning of day 21 was actually pretty exciting because I found another base. I found another huge marine base, and maybe this had like ties with that one book. So I went inside, dealt with all the marines on the first level, I didn't make fun of the prisoners. I just continued my way up. I fought the captain, who was pretty easy, not gonna lie. Like, I don't understand how these guys became captains, but they were completely incompetent to my skill level. Until I learned that there was another captain who had some type of ability that wouldn't allow me to attack him with my special powers. I don't know what it was, but I defeated him, continued my way up, and then I looted the chests. I mean, the chests had pretty nice loot. Pretty nice loot. 2 boxes and a book. And the book read, "It really hope none of those idiots above release the contaminated felons. They will have just cause. Sorry for the lack of professionalism in my text. It just bothers me that we have to suffer as lower ranking officers to higher ups. I mean, we get paid less to deal with these pirates, bandits, infected islands. It's becoming the standard to just die. This may be the last text as I read, as there is another pirate causing havoc on these lands. I can only hope I can best him in combat with my ability to make his powers useless. Also, side note, don't listen to that idiot. Truly, these islands are infested with contaminated victims. As the mainland infections will spread to here, we can only hope. Signing out, Captain Guinness." I believe I read that all right. If not, hey, look, you guys can go back and pause it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, day 22, went back up, and I see a small marine base just laying over in the far corner of my eye. So I go in and I say hello. All right. They didn't stand a chance. I also got some milk and cookies for it. Like, you know what? This ain't too bad. And I had to deal with another captain who was pretty easy. But then I went into their office. I got a din mushy. And they also had another book which read, "The new pirate causing havoc. I can only hope if Guinness is in his path before mine, I won't have to deal with them. The guy took out an entire marine base by himself. Why did I choose to become a marine? I wanted to be a chef, for God's sake. The lands are contaminated. We need to issue a buster call immediately. Signed, Lieutenant Rollins." What is a buster call? What is this contamination? Is it what I saw earlier? Is that what they're talking about? On my travels, I did reach a doctor's tent, though, which was really cool. He didn't really have much for me. He looked kind of goofy, but he didn't have much for me. His nose looked like a Harry Potter like scar on his forehead. I'm literally just kidding me. He had information for me. He told me how to train my observation hockey. I also found an abandoned village near his place. Nobody except cobwebs that riddled this place. So I decided to take camp for the night. And then on day 23, I continued my exploration to find more bases to see if I could find more information regarding this contamination. But on my travels, I found another temple, which was really cool. Except this time with the temple, I didn't go through the trouble of wasting 3 days, even though I could have, to try to beat it. I just went straight up to the top. And once I got to the top, I went ahead and just started looting it. I started breaking the spawners, and then I just started looting all of the chests, which obviously we all know how god tier this loot is, which is amazing. So this took me about a day and a half to do because of the transferring of the materials from base to temple, base to temple, base to temple. Also, while I was at my base, I opened up my 2 boxes. My golden box had a Nagi no Mi, and I don't, you guys said that I was saying the names wrong, and I'm kind of self-conscious about how I say the names now. So we got 2 more devil fruits, okay? All right, boom, there you go. Also, while I was at the base on day 23, I found my next wanted poster, which didn't really go too well. I don't know if that was just a special drop or what, but I got my new wanted poster, and my bounty was almost at 10,000 berries. Also made lecterns for all the books, so that way I could keep a log for everything. And as I mentioned before, it took about a day and a half for me to be able to clear this temple. So day 24, I went back to loot all of the chests. And when I finished looting it, I noticed our favorite sky ship. Except this time, I'm invincible, okay? So Therefore, I wasn't scared, okay? I wasn't being a little punk. I went in there head first. I conquered it, all right? Yeah, and I took their loot, and I didn't feel bad about it, okay? But holy cow, the loot is amazing, all right? I also fell off of the, which was a quick way down, but I fell off of the ship, and I continued in my one direction. I felt like a boy band here on day 25, just rolling and rolling and rolling, okay? I did find a bunch of cows and sheep, and then a small marine base right after that. Dealt with these two bozos, and knock knock, Shinn is here.
Hello there.
After that, I looted the chest, and there was no book, but I continued on my journey, and I found yet another small base, shortly away from the other one. Knock knock.
Hello there.
Dealt with the captain, dealt with the rest of the crewmates, and I called it a night. So here's the thing. Don't be like me and forget to hit a big red button that either says record or subscribe, you know, one of the two. But the beginning of day 26 did not get recorded, but the ending of it did, all right? So I'm in a base. I found a book. The book read. I can't speak for the others, but I will say we have had it rough. I've had to set up multiple sites along our sanction, and even the bandits set up camp next to us for protection. I'm the type to help one in need, and even they are desperate in return, and they help us too. With as much manpower as we've had, the infected continue to overrun us. Please send help. Not only do we have a devil fruit user running around, but these people, zombie-like people, are causing more havoc. It was a good life, Captain Linnell. Also, the two chests had a wooden box and an iron box, all right? And I found a water poster, 12 G's. Nice. Day 27. So here's a recap of what happened on day 26. You see that pile of lava off to my right? That was the bandit camp, okay? I found this big marine base. I found this bandit camp. I set a flame to it, and then I continued to raid, and I forgot to record 26. But with day 27, I went back home. I wanted to open up my two chests. I wanted to put my wanted poster on the wall, all right? And I got my two fruits. I got another Nagi, and I got a Zuzu. Please tell me I said that right, the Zuzu. But in the evening time, I went home and I made a nether portal, okay? It took me all day to make a nether portal. Don't ask me why. I didn't want to Google search it. I felt I was way too proud. Day 28. Got more lava from my little lava pit. This whole thing is just a complete mess, okay? It's a complete mess. But, I mean, we're making do. I got buckets of lava, and we're doing fine, okay? We're doing fine on day 28, all right? I needed more obsidian because I wanted to make a cool, like, looking nether portal. So I went ahead and I made the obsidian here. And then I continued the rest of day 28 making my nether portal. All right, I was either making it too small, I was making it too short, but in the end, we got it, all right? We definitely built this all in one go. No headaches, no pulling, no destroyed mice, nothing. We're fine, okay? We're doing fine. And look at it. Doesn't this thing look cool now? Doesn't it? Isn't it cool? Please tell me it looks cool in the comments. I worked very, very, very long and stressful hour on this thing. Day 29, Nether, okay? I wanted to go into the Nether for one reason and one reason only, all right? After I dealt with that guy, with the gas. But I wanted to I wanted to drive in the lava, or ride in the lava, swim in the lava, go very fast in the lava. Look how fast I'm going in the lava. How useful would this be? No fire-resistant potion, because then you have to swim painstakingly through it. I surf, bro, okay? That was it. That's all I wanted to go into it for. Then I went back out and explored some more, all right? And when I hit that waystone back out to wherever that I stopped exploring at on day like 27, I found another sky island. Once again, we're all about disappointments here, so why not just explore it? So I knew the wizard guy. Last time he told me that I was weak, but I wasn't worried about him. I was worried about my little carrot hoppers because those are the coolest parts about this entire Sky Island adventure. empty chests and little carrot ploppers, all right? Once again, parkour. I parkoured off of that junk and then met some villagers. I met some villagers, and there was one villager in particular that I was looking for, and it was this guy, the librarian. The librarian had a key. He had a certain key to a certain place that I was trying to go to, okay? Didn't make mention of it before, but remember last episode that I had poneglyph? So I grabbed my notes that I took down. I went back to the librarian, and they decrypted the poneglyph note for me, and it unlocked challenges. And these challenges were the Morgan challenge and the Jinn challenge, or the Geen challenge, the Jinn, whatever. They were challenges where I could fight these bosses, and these bosses were supposed to serve a challenge to me with just a sword. Yes, absolutely, because it took forever. He wasn't doing any damage to me. It took forever. So I don't know if you call it cheating or not, but I kind of switched to my devil fruit power, and boom, bop, bam. I'm done, okay? I'm done, all right? I went ahead and went back into this arena challenge thing in my menu, and I went and challenged Morgan. Morgan was once again supposed to hold a big challenge to me. Very big challenge to me. With a sword? Yes. With a tonfa? Yes. With my fist and a devil fruit power? Absolutely not. All right? This fight was so fast. Done. And my bounty went up by 2,000. All right, my Doriki went up 100 with Jinn or Geen or however you want to pronounce his name. But on day 30, we were back out traveling. So the thing is, finishing with these challenges, it took me all day to get back to the house because it sent me back to world spawn. Day 31, though, we were back at it. We went out exploring. I found another medic tent who had yet another book that read as such. The list of infected grows long, just like my desire for sleep. It seems every day we see something new trying to kill us. Gotta say, it's very tiring. I hope I can help as many as I can, although it seems the company Forged Labs does not seem to want to help. We are on our own to find a cure to find humanity again. How the hell am I supposed to find people or cure anything in the desert? There's no damn resources out here. Death can't come soon enough. So now we make a connection on day 31. Forged Labs was the one who released this thing. But upon my travels, I found this weird boxing ring, and it turns out the owner of it is called a brawler. So this brawler, I'm guessing, is another class within the mod pack, but you know, hey, I wanted to fight him, okay? Wanted to fight him fair and square in his own like little thing. So yeah, we fought until homeboy decided to cheat a little bit and throw some hockey on his arm. I didn't know that we were allowed to have hockey or other abilities in this fight. I was just gonna fight him barehanded, but so I activated my devil fruit powers, and it was just a fight to the death, okay? Which, I mean, I won, so yeah, day 32. We're back out. We're back out and exploring. I found a couple of Marines just kind of slacking, and then after I defeated them, I found a twisty tree thing. You know that one tree thing that we watched the sunset on my first 100 days? Found another one. Although there was no sunset, so I didn't really care to stay up there for too long. I found another black leg trainer house, which is what we found last time. The guy that I accidentally brutally murdered on an island, accidentally, but this time I wanted to talk to the guy, but he was different. This seemed like a mob member, and he told me the same thing that the other people told me about trials and a hockey training. And then I just went back home because, well, I wanted to. I mean, day 33 though, we went back out exploring. One thing I did want to find after finding all of these trainers and stuff, I wanted to find a dojo sensei. So traveling the land in one direction until I couldn't anymore, I had to do my biggest fear, which is drive on water. And shortly after getting on the water, I found a little ice patch to do like a little bit of boat drifting. If you haven't done that before, oh, it's so much fun. Continuation of the traveling on the water, on the aquatic ride. I found a marine ship, okay? I found a marine ship. I boarded the marine ship. I dealt with some angry marines, especially one that could harm me with their hockey ability. And after, I just demolished every single person there. Yeah. After all that was done, I found another horde of like stranded mobs in there. Did this have something to do with the books? Did the Marines, certain captains, not know what the Marines were holding? But you know, I mean, government issues, right? Anyways, I went back home because I wanted to open up those boxes that I found earlier. And I got a certain devil fruit that I'm not going to say the name because you guys make fun of me for saying it wrong. All right? Anyways, day 33, I wanted to have a party. And I enjoyed myself for the rest of the night. Whether it was on my house, on my brick wall, I also partook in some special apple juice that made the world go wavy. And while I was doing that, I found a zombie who wanted to dance, all right? Yeah, and then I found another zombie who wanted to dance, and then I kept on drinking the special apple juice, and it made me, hey. Day 34, we went back out exploring. We're not going to talk about what happened on the night of day 33. If you comment about the night of day 33, I swear I am not going to answer that comment. Anyways, traveling, I found a shipwreck, and it had a buried treasure map. So to do the usual, I wanted to find some buried treasure, and I found a new way to find buried treasure. This is so cool. Using my ability... Yeah, check that out. So supposedly my lava doesn't burn like treasure chests, which was very, very, very convenient and allowed me to see all of the loot that was in the chest, which was a wooden box and some gold and emeralds and stuff. Continuing my exploration, found him. Her, it, they, them, all. I found a dojo sensei, okay? I was so happy to find a dojo sensei. They were so nice to keep hiding from me, to play hide and go seek, but I learned a new ability that threw these little particles around me, and then I went to sleep on a treetop. For day 35, I found a village, which was really cool, but not so cool because in this village, I got jumped very rudely by a marine captain. And, I mean, look at him. Look at old Dexter looking at, I defeated him and his minions, and I continued on my travels, okay? I wanted to continue finding these marine bases, which I found one as I hugged the corner of a humongous cliff. So I did my usual. I got close, but I went back home. I wanted to enchant a sword because I needed to work on my sword skills, and it cost me a lot of levels. So now... back on day 36, I raided the marine base. I took care of all the guys in there. But plot twist, there wasn't anybody here. There was no prisoners, nobody on the second floor, and even up at the top, there was nobody at all. But I did loot the chests, had a wooden box and a gold box. And on day 37, I came across one captain. He was actually very, very, very tough. I mean, I left the entire battle in here because I wanted you all to see like what went down between him and I, because I was trying my best. I couldn't use my devil fruit powers because whatever he had going on with him. And I tell you what, I almost died. Surprisingly, I almost died. I almost died. Like, I don't really know what else to say about this fight. This guy was actually legitimately super, super hard. Oh, you guys are going to take that out of context. Anyways, he got defeated. I went home. I opened my 2 boxes. I got a Ito and a Suck. I don't know. And a wanted poster. I'm almost at 20 bands on my head, bro. So day 38, I went back out because I saw an ice biome and I thought this was the perfect place for this thing. I need dirt because I know I'm not going to make that jump. I bridged over to there, and then I got to work collecting ice blocks. Sorry for all of the headphone users for this annoying noise, but I need the ice blocks, and I need to show you how I got the ice blocks, otherwise you don't believe me. So I got all the ice blocks, and then after that, I got back on the water, and I continued to explore. as soon as I came out of this little ice cave, it was a marine ship. All right, it was pretty cool. So I saw the marine ship. I got on the marine ship. I fought the captain of the marine ship, which took a very, very long time because for some reason, once again, they do not like my moves. Went upstairs and got back up on the water. These marine ships, I wasn't having much luck finding anything on them, so that's the reason why I didn't spend a lot of time on them. But I went to another neighboring island, and I saw these two guys duke it out. Dealt with those two guys duking it out. And then I found another ship. I found another one. Except it was two ships. A twofer. One was an actual pirate ship that I dealt with the boys on. These guys weren't too happy to see me, even though I was a fellow pirate. I dealt with their captain. I dealt with their associates. And I also found something a little bit weird on the ship, too. They were trapping a zombie. Why? Why were they trapping a zombie? But then I went to the captain's quarters and I saw that he had really no treasure at all, which was very unfortunate. But he had a book. And the book read, "Arg, is that what we say? Haha. Anyway, shippy shipping, that's for sure. I heard a lot of fuss regarding some infection going around, and what better way to avoid it than to get on the water? But we found one. It was one of our own kind, and well, he guards the chest downstairs now. So whoever finds this, back off. Or be ready to deal with that guy. Captain Larassi." There's some other stuff that was said there, but I don't really... Whatever, you know. If you want to pause it, go back. Day 41, I decided not to deal with the second ship because it was a mob ship. I don't want to deal with that right now. I have bases to explore. I need to find out why this infection is going on and what's going to happen. So I found another island, and it turns out there was like a ghost ship, a broken ship that was along the waters. Don't know why it looked like that, but I had to investigate. So I went aboard, and there was actually people on it. The people were still keeping sake for their ship, so I dealt with those guys, and I mean, there's really not much to them other than this big brute, but still, me being the guy that I am, I couldn't really be beat, which was really nice. But neighboring that ship was an ice biome. And traveling there was two more ships. One's a broken ship, and then one was an actual decently looking ship. Did this have another tie to it anything? Who knows? Went on the broken ship. I dealt with those guys because I knew that they didn't have any morale to try to fight me back much. But once again, another pirate brute, then just the rest of the crew needed to be dealt with. The next ship came along fairly easy. I just did a little bit of ice hopping, and then bada boom, bada bing, here we are. We're on the thing. I dealt with the crew first. That was obvious. And then I had to deal with the annoying captain. But he really wasn't all that annoying because he was really easy. But yeah, the next morning, I decided to loot his quarters, and he also had a book. Didn't really have anything in the chest, but the book read. The book read, we got them. We got the ship that has been chasing us down, and then another one after that. Super happy of my crew, and happy we found this ice patch to hide us from the Marines. Now that one kid has been going around racking up a bounty, I'm sure the attention is off us, although we found something weird. It may have been that thing that everyone's been talking about. We found a drowned sailor, still alive. Very weird, but oh well, we are partying tonight. Captain Gothish. Huh, so the two boats that I had conquered earlier were tied to this thing, which was very interesting. But the Marines weren't too far behind them, as you can see. I had to board the ship. I went and boarded the ship, and I dealt with the Marines. But here's the crazy part about this Marine ship, is that when I went to go leave the Marine ship, after dealing with all of the Marines on board, turns out there was another ship that was moored right next to it. Well, it really wasn't moored, but rather it was crashed into it, which was insane. That is so cool. Anyways, I went sailing on a boat. I found some dry land, and I continued exploring on day 43, trying to search for more Marine bases. I found two lonely Marines out in the field. I dealt with those guys. I dealt with some cows because I needed leather, because I needed more item frames. I dealt with everything underneath the sun. And then on day 43, I was traveling in an ice biome. And in this ice biome, I found nothing. So I just camped. I made some light with my lava tricks, and then I had to call it a night, and I needed to camp. Day 44, I found a huge building. Didn't know what this building was because it was my first time ever seeing one, but as I got closer, I heard nothing but that's my best like pillager thing. And inside I found some barrels with some nice loot. Turns out this is a big pillager base, like hut. So it had these annoying guys, it had annoying pillagers in it had evokers in it, it had vindicators in it, everything. So days 45 through 47, I dealt with these guys. I dealt with looting chests. I dealt with going back home and emptying my loot. I dealt with going back and dealing with creepers and hiding from creepers. Because, well, they're creepers. Even though I was invincible, I was still scared of them. But the loot all in here was so nice. Even dealing with these guys, it was definitely well worth it because I got so many totems of undying, I got so many diamonds, I got so much gold from this place that dealing with these guys, like I said, it made it all worth it. It took me a couple of days, and when I went to the top floor, I was surprised by a lot of these guys. I guess this is where most of the loot was, or like the most prized loot was, but to me, honestly, the only interesting here were gapples. That was it. So on my way back home, I went ahead and emptied and organized all of my loot. I spent the rest of one day just organizing everything from it, and then day 48, I went back out to travel. But then I realized I was right next to an igloo village, and I triggered a raid. Once that was done, I Vicky Royale'd that guy, and also I literally just kept running forward. I kept on exploring, and then I met this cow. This cow was very smart because just watch this. Straight into water, like he knew. I think he heard about what I did to his cousins, but whatever, that's beside the point. Day 49, I continued to explore a lot more, and I found another marine base, which was very cool. I did the usual, knock knock. I dealt with the two guys at front. They always like to say hello, and then I dealt with everyone else inside. Heading to the top of the tower, I went ahead and looted the chest, and the chest had in it a golden box, which was very nice, and also the book. The book read, "Such an unlucky number to leave this on. I won't be at the base for a while as I have been sent to the front lines to battle the hordes of invading islands. I may not make it back, either due to the hordes or that devil fruit user that has killed me in battle. Only I can hope my troops can handle it from here. If I do make it back, we're going to have one hell of a party. Peace and love, everyone. I'm sick of this job, honestly, and I can't wait to retire. Captain Porchin." Bro, I feel you. Too bad you are probably gone. Found another wanted poster on top of the marine base, and my bounty is now 26 Gs. So now on day 50, I found another little brawler ring, which was really cool, but unfortunately, this brawler, he really wasn't the brightest of the rest of the brawlers because I made a wide enough opening for the guy, and he couldn't really get through. I don't understand it, but he also threw a big explosion at me that wasn't cool, so I knew this wouldn't be a fair fight. So dealt with them appropriately and continued my travels along the mountainsides of Minecraft. I don't know what land I was in. I can't really give it some special elvish name or something. So the traveling continued all into the night. I did not find anything else until day 51. I found just another twisty tree thing. And then I did a little parkour right off of the twisty tree thing, and just went exploring for the rest of day 51, just getting as far ahead in that one direction that I possibly could before actually just calling it a day. Day 52 through 54. I did not record day 52, but you can guess what happened on day 52. Day 52, I found another pillager, temple, hut, camp, base, whatever you want to call it. So I did the appropriate thing. I killed all of the vindicators, evokers, pillagers, weird wavy hand guys, evokers, if that's what you want to call them, but then the blue cape wearing guys, no idea what they're called. I dealt with them all, and I stole all of their loot, and it took me roughly 3 days to deal with it all, unfortunately, because the loot was a lot. As you can tell, I just got 2 god apples in that one chest. I dealt with some zombies while I was there, some cave spiders, as well as creepers along the way too. They're not gonna make a special appearance because they're dead. Day 55, I found the most beautiful little mountainside village, and then I go and trigger a raid. Nice, Shin. This took so long because this. Evokers be evoking in cave systems. Why? Why do they put themselves in the most difficult situations ever? It's not only happened once, but like 3 times. And like this, how am I supposed to find you and kill you if I can't find you? You know what I'm saying? Like, makes no sense. But anyways, day 56, I continued exploring my usual routine now. It seems tedious now that this is all that I'm doing, and I found another large marine base, which is actually really cool because maybe I can find another book, some more gold cases in this place. So knock knock. And I just dealt with everybody in there, continue my way up to the top, just the usual routine. Found a chest. In the chest, it had a golden box, which is actually really freaking cool now, but they're becoming so common. And then it also had an iron box in it too, which was really, really cool. The book read, I don't know what day it is, but I'm being sent out to help. Why? I didn't want this to happen. I didn't know this would happen. And if you are reading this, I'm already dead. I think I was a carrier of this contagion. I'm not too sure. I might be overthinking it. Some of my crewmates just looked tasty. I was fine though. No symptoms, no anything. Ah, well, I guess being out there is karma, right? Well, all I know is if I'm dead, I'm at peace now. Signed, Captain Marshed. I hope I'm saying your name right. Rest in peace. Anyways, I went ahead and took a nap on top of everything, but I saw this skeleton like T-posing at the top of a flag, which is actually really funny. Day 57. Just guess what happened. Like, no, I didn't die. I set a place on fire, bro. Like, dude, this isn't like the other one. Check the title. I survived 100 days this time. I didn't spend. I survived, okay? Plot twist. Sorry. But continuing exploring, I found a temple. So I did the usual. I skipped all the BS at the bottom, went straight to the top, got the loot, go home, drop the loot, come back, get the loot. And that was a repeat all on day 57. And then in the morning of day 58. But then on day 58, I went home because I had an idea and I needed to start doing something about it, all right? I also met this little guy. He must have got through the portal. Day 58, I just pretty much organized. I pretty much got with pirate traders because somewhere in between my travels, I decided I wanted to get Ace's hat. I found a trader that had it. I really wanted it, but I also wanted to collect the clothes of everybody too. I also, in the later night of day 58, I got a wanted poster, and my new bounty is 31,000, which is really cool. But day 59 through 61, I started to build it. The one thing that I wanted to build was an ice boat path. Is it logical to build? No, it's not. Is it good filler content? Yes, it is. This is One Piece, infamous for filler content. Am I right, guys? Can I get filler in the comment section? Anyways, I continue to build my ice boat path. I didn't quite get it completed because I did kind of get bored of doing it, but I also needed more material, so I started terraforming around the area, and then I started building some stairs to the castle because how else am I going to access or have any friends over to access my beautiful lava pit, if you know what I'm saying. And so I built my platform for the lava pit to be able to walk around it, and then day 62, I realized something exploded at my house. But while I was messing with that, I met this guy. And from looting all of the marine bases and beating a lot of the marines that showed up at my place, I gained quite a lot of berries or bellies. So I wanted something. This is what I found in my second day of my first 100 days. It was Arlong's sword. This thing is sick. It's so cool. As I was about to grab an item frame for it to hang it out somewhere, I realized that the damage to my property was actually a little bit more extensive than I thought. So I was rushing around to look for stuff, and then I realized that my freaking house was on fire. Like, why? Why was my house on fire? Why? And it continued to spread. Like, what was happening? What was going on, dude? Who was shooting at my house? And it's continued to spread. I was freaking out. I was freaking out because if that spread to everything, that means I lost all my devil fruits. And it didn't help that I was a carrier of flame either, because if something set me on fire, it doesn't hurt me. I just start to set other things on fire. It was a mess, okay? It was sincerely a mess, and I was not a big fan of it. But once the fire got put out, I started making the repairs on my house, but then I also slowly started to realize that I lost Ace's hat and Chopper's hat that I got last season, which was not really cool. But on day 63 through 65, I went ahead and was working on the castle build, because I guess that's what I'm going to call it, as a castle. I also, I was making some trees because supposedly trapdoors make good accent items. So I needed trees to do that, and I started to make all of the trapdoors on the side of the stairs, and I mean, you know, I'm not the greatest builder, but it looks alright, right? So then I started to lay down glass walls and my actual walls, so that way the build is coming along. It's coming along. On the end of day 65, though, I went back to the temple so that way I could continue exploring, because I got a little bit bored of the castle building, and once again, I picked one direction and I just went. I got to run in, and that will conclude day 65 after I do like some Matrix type stuff on this camp watchtower. So sick. But my day wasn't over yet. I found a marine base. So you thought. Day 66, though, is when I actually tackled the marine base. So I said hello to the two gentlemen up front, knocked on the door, and...
What? Who are you?
What the
So, yeah, I just went ahead and climbed up to the top. This one had a book also, and it also had the chests. And inside the chest, it had an iron box, and inside the other chest, it had another iron box. All right, anyways, the book read. This is what the book read. So I'm being sent out to fight on the front lines with my brethren. I hope I can make it back to my care of my comrades, as we are more than a unit. We are a family. This contagion is continuing to spread, and I don't know how much longer we have. 30 days tops before we are contaminated, unless we are able to hold it back, or maybe time to issue a buster call. I can only hope we can survive this. Who knows what the bigwigs are doing? Captain Lily. Wow. I would actually want to work for Captain Lily, but on day 67, I didn't really have time to worry about who I was working for, because I found a humongous temple again. So, go to the top, and I do my usual, all right? I just loot and smash and loot and smash and dealt with this guy. Goodbye. And yeah, so I just did the usual looting, go home, and I made 2 chests because the amount of treasure that I was getting was a lot. So continue this into the night of day 67, and then also day 68 was when I finally finished it. I also grabbed a lot of this this prismarine, because I figured it would be pretty cool to have as part of one of my builds, like the big humongous castle build that I'm building. I don't know, I may need a lot of it, but I grabbed a few chunks of it. I'm sure I will find another temple soon. Huh, well, would you look at that. There's another temple here. And this happened. After almost dying, drowning, I so happy I keep doors on me. I went ahead and went to the top of that second temple because, well, there's loot there, and I like treasure. I like shiny things. I am a freaking pirate, okay? So after I got off of that one, I saw that there was the other temple that I went to, which was pretty cool. But I soon realized that that wasn't the other temple. There was 3 freaking temples here. 1, 2, and 3. 3 of them. Why? How? Bro. What? Day 60 nice. I went ahead and looted the 3rd temple. Went back home, did the entire routine. Okay? I had so much loot, dude. I filled up 3 big chests worth of sorted items. And then after I got back on the mainland, I continued exploring. Just picked a direction and ran. Day 70, hit a sheep. Yep, that is the most notable thing I did. Well, until I found the marine ship that was moored off of the island that I was staying in. So I went ahead and moored the marine ship, and I dealt with everybody who was on that ship properly, right? And when I got to the top, I noticed that there was another marine ship there. Wow, look at that. I don't know if someone issued an order against me or what, but I went ahead and dealt with that one. But when I was boarding this one, I hit the wrong hole and I tapped into their little zombie army. For whatever reason, why they had them, he didn't know. And this guy didn't know either, all right? So after I dealt with that marine ship, I continued my travels. I found a broken ship. But I didn't want to deal with the broken ship yet, so I found an island nearby so that way I could camp. I wanted to go out, deal with the broken ship, and this happened. I saw some fighting fish ahead. I didn't want to deal with that, so I slowly back up. '71 was not a good day. Day 71 was not a good day. I cannot stress that enough. I don't know what I did wrong. Was it the insenseless killing that I was doing? Or what? But this guy, excuse my language, this asshole got to my ship. And I had to spend the rest of the day climbing doors in water to make my way to an island, the original island that I had came from, and then get there, mine it out, and then get safely back on land. This was the biggest pain I have ever dealt with in a 100 days video, even though I've only done 3 of them. This is my 3rd one. But yeah, I made a waystone. Don't come here because this sucked. And then I went back home. And I just, to calm my nerves, day 72 through day 75, I went ahead and just continued on my castle. I dealt with marine captains while I was there, which was fairly annoying. And I also decided to make a secret tunnel, or at least start on it, because I needed a fault plan, like a secret way out. Because if I get trapped, then I die. I don't want to die. I want to survive. And with my abilities, it's easier to survive until I get trapped. Because if I get trapped, then I die. But anyways, after just kind of making a little bit of a start on the secret tunnel, I started working on my walls, went back and forth to the Nether to get some Nether brick, but I found this random brute. Like, why are you here, bro? So I dealt with him, and isn't this the most satisfying sound in the world? Wait for it. Am I the only one who really loves this sound? Efficiency like 3 or efficiency 4 pickaxe on netherrack. It's so nice, but I also wanted to spruce up the nether portal a little bit, like make it look like it was leaking out into the overworld. I know, original idea, Shin. Thanks. That's a #1 idea right there. And then I also took some of the nether quartz that I got from the nether. I decided to make some stone pillars to kind of spruce up the entrance of my building. Day 76, I decided to go back out, and upon going back out, I found another medic tent. I chose a brand new waystone. I hit some cows on the way over there, and I just once again picked a direction and started traveling that way. Inside the chest at the medic tent, it had a book, and inside the book, it read, "So might have made a breakthrough, although it's not much. I've realized that these contaminated people are only agitated towards humans, not animals, not other contaminated, not anything else, just humans. Could be something we possess, the land, did they live here? Other signs that exhibit are moaning and groans, extreme aggression towards humans, yellow eyes, rotten skin, a zombie." We're talking about a zombie. Good God. I shall continue to study more here in the plains. Signed, Dr. Jag. After I read that, I found another abandoned village. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this was the same place, but that medic tent did not have a book in it before. So, which led me to believe, or leads me to believe, this is a brand new abandoned village. After scoping that out, I went ahead and traveled more on to day 76, and I found a small marine base. Inside, I actually did an official knock-knock this time. I dealt with their captain, which once again was very easy, I guess. I mean, like, my attacks just weren't working for me, but in the end, they did work for me. I mean, it is what it is. And although the captain was easy to beat, there was no book and this poor soul. But on day 77, once again, pick a direction and then we just go. Upon picking my direction and just going, I just kept traveling all day. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing on day 77. But day 78, once again, I continued traveling a lot more, but I also found a village, finally, something with a medic camp in it, and I just chose to sleep in a field right next to the medic camp. I looted the chest with a book, and the book read, "I'm contagious. I had an infected attack me the other day, but yet no symptoms have shown. I'm taking notes and studying every single outcome of this, but I feel my days are numbered. For the love of science and medicinal exploration, I give my body to be studied, not like I have a choice, but I figured this is noble enough. Also, glad I'm going soon too. I hear the Marines are going to issue a buster call. Not only due to the infected, because of that devil fruit user. Should be a few days until they hit his house. Signed her, Dr. Joanne's." Now that gave me a lot to think about, because now they're targeting me with the buster call. But either ways, on my travels, I found an ice biome with a mushroom biome, which was actually really cool. So I met this one mushroom cow who just out of nowhere just disappeared. And I also saw the herd where they were all hiding. Don't know what happened there, but anyways, I traveled the entire island, and then I went back into the ice biome, and then I just called it a night. Day 80, I actually found a village, and I asked some of the locals if they knew where the next marine base was. This guy didn't know. This guy knew. So I said, should I travel in that direction? This guy, yes, I should. And I said, all right, I am going that way. Along my travels, I found another brawler ring. Let's see if this guy actually fights fair. Which, yeah, nope. Anyways, I beat him, and I did a little dancey dance. You know, I cheered. Yeah, that's right. I'm the only one clapping for myself. And continuing traveling, I took a nap. Day 81, back at it again. Along my travels, found a marine base. I said knock knock. I took care of the first person that was staring at me wrong, and then the captain. After that, I left. This was kind of the wild part, though. I saw this chicken like struggling, and I just left him alone.
You are just horrible.
Moving along. I saw this humongous city. Dude, this thing was actually very, very overwhelming. But I dealt with these Marines that were giving me the eyeball, and then what is this guy supposed to do when you find a humongous, colorful village like this? You go in, and then you deal with everything. All right, so I broke some spawners. I dealt with some husks. I dealt with those crazy blue guys again, and then I continued about my way. Then I was held at crossbow point with a fire rocket that was actually really cool. And then I saw another turn of events unfold in front of me. The blue guys and the firework guys were fighting. This was kind of nice for once. The attention's not on me until I decided to go down. And after being Stevie Wonder for a bit, I decided to call it a night, okay? So now I take a nap in the field, and then day 82, we are going back at it again. I wanted to loot the houses. They had gold ingots, they had silver ingots, they had gold ingots and iron ingots, they had iron ingots and rose bushes. They really didn't have anything for me, but I saw something in the distance. How can you miss it? This humongous building right here. How can you miss that? So I went down, I destroyed these little spawners, I slept in the middle of the floor, and then for the next couple of days, like day 83, I dealt with a lot of these pillagers, those husks again. I dealt with those swinging arm blue guys again. But the loot was alright. I can't complain with diamonds. I can't complain with iron. But I can complain about fireworks guys. I can complain about the blue guys. I can complain about wizards throwing their potions at me. Oh, and I fell across this room. This was actually really cool. It was like mini pool tables. And I thought that was super, super cool. But anyways, I finally reached the top on day 84. I went blind again. I found the chest, but then I got jebaited hard. Seriously? Bro, if I was anybody else, I probably would have died. But I went home so that way I could organize all of the loot on day 84, or the end of day 84. And I also decided to decorate with the new heads that I got. They were like wraith or husk skeleton heads, which I mean, I thought were really cool. You know, they're wither skeleton heads. That's what they were. And then day 85, I literally spent the entire day just organizing those 3 chests at the top floor of my house, because look at it. I had so much stuff. But Shin, you don't need all that diamond armor. Yes, I do, because it's diamond armor. You may not need it. You may need it. Who knows? You might have to repair something. But day 86, I went back out and I told myself it's knock knock time. I really don't know what else to call it, dude. It's like but then I dealt with all the Marines. After that, I went upstairs. After that, I found a book that'll change my entire perspective of the game. After I looted the chest, which had 2 golden boxes. 2 golden boxes. Look at that. 2 golden boxes, bro. What? Anyways, the book. The book read, it's been too long since this ever happened. Ever since the incident at Impel Down, now we're dealing with this devil fruit user and an outbreak. Issuing a buster call, effective in 12 days. Checking my log, it's been 186 days since we have arrived to this land. We'll be issuing buster calls on the surrounding islands as well as the devil fruit user's land that he calls home. I hope this works. I also hope we can control this outbreak more by eradicating the scum that walk this land. May the gods be with us all. Signed, Admiral What's-His-Face. I don't care. This is an issue. This is an issue. This is DEFCON 5. So now, or DEFCON 1. Is it DEFCON 1? Who cares? DEFCON 87 through 92? I am building my house, completing my boat path. I am finishing my walls. I am doing everything that it takes to be safe, all right? I went ahead and used the dark prismarine slabs for all of my walls. I went ahead and put walls on my boat path so I could be protected. I went ahead and I put magma cubes surrounding the base of my base. Netherrack for my nether floor. And which actually took a really long time because I had to take it and then I had to smelt it to make it into nether bricks, and then I had to put the bricks inside of the things. And anyways, I was starting on a roof here and that didn't really go through plan. I also need some vision on the building, so I put up a lot of glass. And then after that, here's some weird Minecraft logic for you. Explain this to me. Why is it when lava's on ice, it doesn't melt the ice? I know that this is a block game to where now I can stand in lava and I don't burn to death, but still, come on, man. Anyways, day 93, I did the most important task that any man should do. I got on my boat and I played on my ice boat path. Dude, I gotta say, it was pretty freaking fun. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, look how fast I'm going. Like, look at that. Is it the most practical ice boat path? No, it's not. Because I kept bumping into things. My ice boat path sucked, but I didn't have a lot of ice. But you could do some pretty raw donuts on it. Look how happy I am doing this, dude. Like, I was so happy and I spent the entire day doing it. Anyways, day 94, I felt it was very vital for me to go ahead and finish my escape tunnel by putting up the torches to light up the way. I also finished it out to that way it can open on the other side. And then this is kind of like what it looked like after I was done. You go down the stairs, and then you go this way, you go up some more stairs, and then you go down that very, very long tunnel where the lava is protecting you on the back side of my base. Boom, escape tunnel. If I needed to get down there, I swim through the lava. So the rest of day 94, I kind of just organized a lot of stuff. I was burning a lot of stuff so that way I could keep my inventory clean. I also burned a lot of unnecessary things because I didn't really need it anymore. I also spent time putting up all of the stuff that I needed to decorate my treasure room because, I mean, you know what? Just in case I survive all of this, I like to have a nice and neat and even decorated treasure room still. So that was the cool thing. Day 95, I kind of got the thought of like, what happens if I got captured? Do I really want to leave any traces of me in there? No. So that's what I did. I also put enchantments on some gear. I got my sword. And then I also organized my inventory so that way I could keep the necessary things with me when it came down to fight. God apples, golden apples, and then day 96, I went out and I started to fight. I started to train so that way I could be ready for the hordes of Marines that were supposedly supposed to come along with the Buster Calls, even though I have no idea what that is. But I wasn't really expecting this to happen to my sword as I was fighting the Marines, but it did. I was a little bit disappointed, so I went back home. I grabbed another sword that I had gotten from a trader. I put an enchantment on it, sweeping edge 3 in sharpness, and I got what was to be one of my last wanted posters of 44,000 berries from my head. I also took the day of day 97 to appreciate everything that was built into my base because this could be the last time that I'm seeing it. All of my totems, all of my iron, all of everything. I also met a pirate trader on the outside of my house who, lo and behold, had some more clothes and stuff of everybody's clothing that I wanted to collect. But then this happened, and I was so mad. I wanted to test out my new sword. He was perfect. But I went down and I put the pants on, and I pretty much almost had everyone's outfits, which was actually really cool. Lastly, I looked at all of my land, my base, and then I just waited for day 98. I awoke with a bang. Half of my land was gone, and I noticed so many Marines on the outside of my house. I'd imagine that they did the Buster Call. This was what the Buster Call was. Just destroying my land, so I got into so many fights. I tried to eradicate all of the Marines, and I almost got overrun by them all. And it was no easy task because they kept pushing me into the water. As you can see, this is where I had most of my battles, was near this water. I mean, my whole island was surrounded with it. And then I dealt with not only one captain, but 2 Marine captains at the same time. It was very, very daunting, and it was a very, very stressful task to have to fight these guys under the circumstances that I did, especially with their abilities. But eventually, once one went down, it was easy enough to take the second one down. And then on the night of day 98, I thought I was done. I was far from done. As cannonballs rained from the sky, also Marines just spawned everywhere. I don't know what was happening. Was this what the aftermath of the Buster Call was? Are they still coming after me? And how many captains must I defeat before it's actually done? But once again, I went around and I tried to do the best that I can, fighting captains left and right. One thing after all the fighting was done, I checked to make sure that my treasure room was still intact. It looks like I made a good decision on it, putting it where it was. I got some light sleep on day 98 and day 99. I looked at the aftermath of everything that had been done. And when I was staring at it, I was completely wrong. How much more? As the cannonballs fell, my game really did get laggy. But look at how many Marines were there. This was a battle of the century. It was horrifying. It was really, really stressful because I didn't know who could kill me and who couldn't. I didn't know who had abilities and who wasn't. I didn't know who was a captain and who was a regular Marine until the horde came after me. I had to retreat into a cave. I was so far away from my escape tunnel, I did not know what to do. But slowly and surely, I was able to make my way out of there. Slowly and surely, I was able to make my way out of there. But on the night of day 99, something weird happened. I was finishing up with another Marine that I had chased off of the land, and then I saw these like little baby zombies, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I've been seeing these guys pop out at night. This is okay. I mean, it's completely fine. But then I started moving closer to my base, and I saw more like adult zombies. And then more baby zombies. And then as I got closer to the edge, I noticed an entire horde of them was over here. An entire horde. I didn't know what to do. I had to run, and I almost got trapped in a cave. While trapping them in the lava was cool, I couldn't stay there forever because I was getting hungry myself. So I made a break for it. I got out of there. I couldn't stay there. So where was the one place that I could go? It was my escape tunnel. And I knew that, you know, these guys, I knew that somewhere in a book that I read somewhere, zombies could be hurt by sunlight, so I just waited for the days to come up. And that's day 90. I mean, like 99. I survived. I surely did. Day 99 at least. But it's not official until day 100. Now, day 100. I heard the moans and groans even though it was daylight outside, and I go to exit out of my tunnel. But nothing was the same. Where was everybody? Why was I taking damage like that? Why were they chasing at me at such a slow pace? Was this what the books were about? Was this the zombie contagion that everyone was talking about? I have no clue if the dots that I connected were even connecting, but thank you so much for watching my 200 days of One Piece Minecraft. As you can already tell, you can probably guess what the next video is going to be about. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Comment your favorite part and just stay tuned for this next story in this series. I hope you guys stay safe. Thank you so much for the support and stay tuned for my 100 days in hardcore. Stay tuned.